Rolling. Holy moly. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am getting us live on all the channels. So just FYI, everyone, we are shifting gears a little bit because of what happened last week. So if you would like to join the chat is only on Discord now. I'm going to be turning off the chats and not responding to them on any of the other channels. Otherwise, I have to manage like multiple chats at once, and it's just not possible while I'm also teaching meditation. So I am streaming on multiple platforms, but if you would like to interact with the live, you'll need to join us on the Discord. And I am getting the Discord going right now. For those of you who are already there and you're like, yeah, but I'm sitting here and I don't see you. That's because I made sure all the other channels were live first, and now I'm going to go over there and we're going to screen share and we're going to get cooking this morning. For those of you who do not know me, hello, my name is Deborah. I am a reverend, a non-denominational reverend. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. No, don't do that. Oh, no. Did you see me nearly mess up? Okay. All right, let's see. All right, I think you guys, can someone over in the wide world of Discord tell me if you guys can see, what am I streaming on here? Oh no. There it is. And if you'd like to interact with the live guys, come join us over in Discord. We're cultivating the Discord right now. Again, the link is a bit.ly link, so bit.ly/uppercase CAYA, CAYA, lowercase TRIBE, CAYA tribe, bit.ly link. You can go join our Discord. That will get you to the membership levels. If you'd like to just join the free CAYA community Discord, you can find that through the link in my bio. That's the Patreon link. And on the Patreon page, there will be, I think on the front page, there's a join our Discord, and that is a free link, I believe. Okay, let me make sure. Almost there, guys. Thank you for your patience. And now we should be live on the channels. 1, 2, 3. Namaste, Shelly Bean. Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. Hello, hello. Good morning, you beautiful, beautiful people. Dog. Hello, dog. This is not your spot. This is, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Pardon me, puppy. Oh, did I disrupt you? Okay, let's go ahead and find a good spot to sit. Go ahead and lay down. Do you need a hug first? You hug first. He's your good boy. You're gonna have to lay down now. Yeah, lay down. All the way. Lay down. Lay down. Or go over there. There he goes. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Okay. All right, guys. Again, I'll say it one more time. Chat is only going to be interactive and available here on the Discord. Yes, the chats are open elsewhere. I will not be responding. I'm going to try to hone in on the one chat so that we can have everybody in one place. And in case any of the channels drop me, you know where to find me. That's what the Discord is for. So, as soon as we get the puppy some scritches here, we will settle in for our mudra and for our meditation. If this is your first time here, these are our Bhakti Bites classes. Bhakti means devotion. So devotion to what? Self-care. That simple. It's that simple. Because a lot of times we think of our self-care as something that we need to do separate from the rest of our lives, that we need to compartmentalize it and create a separate time for it, right? A separate space in our house, a separate alarm just to remind you to do it, a separate room even to go do it in, or a separate building. You got to leave the house to go do your self-care, right? At a yoga studio or something like that. There are so many misconceptions that we have about self-care, and it's really unfortunate because it means that we don't give ourselves the time and love and attention that we very much deserve and very much need, right? By the way, I put molasses in my coffee this morning, and it just tastes like drinking ginger snap cookies. I'm in love. So if you see me take very serious, very deep breaks to sip, it's because I am extremely satisfied with what we did this morning. Okay. Because self-care is something like the way that Brene Brown talks about building trust. It's not done in the biggest moments. It's not done in the huge sweeping gestures that come rarely, right? It's easy for us to show up for somebody who's in severe crisis. It's easy for us to see an emergency when it's very obvious. But building trust with ourselves, self-care, self-love is something that we have to integrate into every little moment, we need to weave it into our lives in such a way that it is not separate from, but it becomes woven into the fabric of every moment, so that I know in each moment that I can trust myself to be available for myself. How many times in our lives have people put us aside when we reached out for help and said, I need some support, I need a shoulder to cry on, I need a hand to help, right? Whatever it is, I just need an ear, whatever it is, I just need somebody to sit beside me. And how many times we've been told, hold on a minute, I'm busy with something else. You are not a priority. That's all good and well, and we can justify that because it's somebody else, right? And sometimes we don't justify it. We feel very, very, very hurt and offended and left out by it. But so when we cultivate that self-care in the moment, that self-love in the moment, that trust in the moment, that when something comes up that needs our attention, that we are present and compassionate enough with ourselves to give ourselves that brief moment of, ooh, yeah, that made me feel really scared for a second, didn't it? Yes, it did. But are we safe? I think so. All right. Thanks for seeing me. Thanks for hearing me. Because when we take these tiny moments for ourselves throughout the day, we let off steam. We release tension. little by little by little by little all the day, all the way through the day. What happens when we don't do that? But it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And then we go home and then we dump that shit on our partner, or we dump that shit on our kids, or we internalize that shit and just like stuff it down in there for later eruption. Because it will always come back up. What goes down must come up. Yeah. In the body. In the mind. Yeah. Yeah. In the spirit. Yeah. What I stuff beneath the surface will always rise again. Will always rise to be released. Just like the breath. Just like our heart rises and falls on our breath. Just like the sun and the moon, right? Moving through the sky. This eternal dance. Hi, darling. I do love him. It's okay. Are you feeling left out? No, don't do that. Lay down. So, our self-care today is the Adhomukha Mudra. Adhomukha means downward facing. Show you your down dog? Give me down dog? No. Okay. So this mudra is done by, we're going to do it this way. Bring your fists together. You don't have to perfectly align them. Just bring your fists together. Dog, lay down. I can't snap right now, so he's not following direction. Go lay down. Hey. All the way. Lay down. Mm-mm. All right, guys. He's going to be a permanent fixture today. Okay, so we begin our mudra by bringing our fists together with the tops of our hands facing up, right? So the tops of those fists, or the knuckles on your fists, are together. And they don't have to interlock or interlock perfectly. Then extend your fingers, drop your fingers down below. Let them hang naturally, but make sure that you are touching from the top knuckles to the first knuckles of the fingers. So mostly it's that part right there that when you bring your fists together, this is what should be touching, okay? And then we let our fingers hang, or dangle, whichever one, but not hangle, okay? Dang. And then we bring the tips of our thumbs together behind the mudra. So the mudra is palms facing down, fingers dangling or hanging, and the pads of the thumb together. Now this mudra, the Adhomukha Mudra, is meant to be held at the seat of the Manipura chakra, the seat of the solar plexus. This area is your solar plexus, from your base of your sternum to the top of your belly button. So this mudra gets placed right here at the top of your belly button, right at the seat of your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your center for will. It is also the area to treat pretty much any digestive issues, including assimilation of nutrients and things like that. So if your body has an issue absorbing, educational purposes only, of course, you guys. These things that we have to say, these caveats. Nope, I don't go live with people I don't know, but if you want to send me a message about going live and chat with me about why, then let's do that. But I don't do battles. Okay. So we bring this mudra to the top of our belly button. Now, caveat here with this mudra, if you are on your menstrual cycle, please move the mudra up to your heart. It will still activate the body's self-healing properties. It will still increase digestive fire and agni in the body. So this works to improve digestion. This works to increase the energy of the solar plexus, the body's self-healing properties. This mudra is also used, it's meant to be held either at the top of your belly button or up here at your heart if you are on your menstrual cycle. Now you guys get to learn something exciting about me. I did not intentionally pick this mudra this week, but it just so happened to align perfectly. So I'm going to hold it at my heart here, and then for the rest of you who are not on your cycle, then go ahead and drop it down to hold it here at your money, at the top of your belly button. Now, again, this mudra is activates the body's self-healing properties. It also quiets the mind, quiets that central energy channel, kind of helps energy move down through the central energy channel and quiet down. It creates a soothing middle space, middle energy. It's the mudra for preparation. So preparation for action, preparation for meditation, preparation for whatever it is you're about to engage in by centering you, grounding you, and adding a little fuel to that internal fire that keeps us balanced and warm. So this is also a really good, the significance, Ray, we have a chat over on Discord. But the significance of this mudra being held up here is that when you're on your menstrual cycle, there is already a great deal of fire here in your sacral and your solar plexus. There is a lot of heat that is generated by the menstrual cycle. And so this mudra increases heat in the body. And so instead of putting it at this intense point here, right and on top of the heat that's already existing, we hold it up here. So it's not as intense, but still does the work. So we don't want to increase the fire so bad that we cause pain, that we cause inflammation, right? We don't want to cause or exacerbate issues. So that said, there are no specific contradictions to this mudra, but those of you who deal with excessive digestive fire, whether it be a quick digestive system or acid reflux or those kind of digestive issues, simply be mindful. Now, this is the general philosophy for everything we do, guys, right? Come as you are. Show up as you are. Honor where you are in the moment so that you don't... My brain just went off on a totally another tangent about how we go to yoga classes, right, and follow the teacher to do a yoga flow that teacher decided was the yoga flow for the day. And for those of you who maybe exercise regularly and do these kind of set things that other people advise you to do, that's one thing. But I think most of us recognize that there is great value to moving our bodies and choosing a practice and postures that are specifically what we need in the moment. And when we don't do that, what happens? But we end up accidentally injuring ourselves or pushing ourselves too far. It's one of the reasons I actually really, really, really advocate for a home yoga practice, even if you're not a teacher, even if you're not professional. Definitely, take some pointers, but also feel into where you are really at. Feel into what you really need. I'm not going to go to a hot yoga class if I've got excess digestive fire, or I've got these other things that I'm dealing with. I'm not going to exacerbate those issues. If my pitta is really high that day, I'm not going to go do something, or vata is really high that day. But in Western culture, we compartmentalize these things. We think, well, here is the set practice. I'm going to do the practice as it's set, and I'm not going to adjust it for what I need in the moment because I believe that I'm going to just fit inside that compartmentalized box. It's like, yeah, okay, stop, tangent. It's a tangent. I'm going to put the brakes on that tangent right now. And we're going to use a brief pranayama practice today. So Mondays, we practice our mudra all by itself. The Adhomukha mudra is the mudra for the week, right? It's held here at the top of the belly button. On Wednesdays, we add a little bit to our practice. So today, what we are going to do is we're going to increase the digestive fire by doing a really gentle Kapalabhati practice, a breath of fire, a shiny skull breath practice. to increase that digestive fire. And then we are going to go ahead and hold the mudra. It's recommended to hold the mudra for a minimum of 5 minutes. So we're going to hold it for a minimum of 5 minutes. We're going to do probably about 3 to 5 minutes of breath work and then a minimum of 5 minutes holding the mudra. Please feel free to keep holding the mudra if it's available to you and if you enjoy doing so. Just FYI, for educational purposes only, of course, this mudra is used in yoga therapy to heal, to treat chronic conditions. I won't name them because, so if you have chronic, I've got to be careful with my words. Fuck. I can say fuck, but I can't say chronic illness. I can't say cancer. Okay. If you have autoimmune or chronic conditions, this is highly, 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 highly recommended. Is used in yoga therapy for these things. If it's the case, it's recommended to hold for a minimum of 20 minutes to 45, 20 to 45 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. So if you're dealing with something like that, then please take this mudra. Please let me know how that goes, treating the autoimmune, terminal, chronic conditions. I found that it was extremely helpful to my menstrual cramps yesterday on Monday too. So that's also a side note. Okay, so we're going to start with some Kapalabhati. Find yourself a comfortable seated position. You can sit in a just regular seated position on the floor. You can sit on a chair. You can sit on wherever you want to sit on. If you'd like to intensify your practice, you can sit on your knees in Thunderbolt pose, which is simply to sit on your feet, right? You're just sitting on your knees here. Yes, you can drop your heels on either side of your buttocks so that it doesn't cause too much pressure on your ankles. This will intensify the breathwork practice and the mudra practice, but it is up to you if you would like to use it. I personally am not going to intensify it today. Okay, so go ahead and just find yourself any other comfortable seated position. And we will begin with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive for our practice. Okay, so go ahead and just rest your hands in your lap, close your eyes, and take your first breath in through your nose, pulling it through your lungs and all the way into your belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Really pull the breath all the way into your lungs. Hold at the top. And release. Now go ahead and release the breath for a moment. No need to hold on to change or control, create any story around the breath. Just release and pause for a moment. Just witness the softness that was created just by those 3 deep breaths. It's amazing what we can do when we bring our awareness to the present moment. If your mind monkeys are still busy and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, softness, nonsense, hang out, okay? Bring your attention back. Every time your mind monkeys pull it away and run off with some thought, some worry, some concern, bring your attention back and rest your attention on a focal point. So right now we're going to shift into our breathwork practice. It's a simple, gentle practice. We're not going to do the full practice. It's a forceful exhale. I invite you to bring your hand to your belly so you can feel the action of this pranayama practice. So take a half breath in. And then to do this practice, we seal the lips and exhale forcefully, rhythmically from the nose. So that looks a little bit like this. You use the belly muscles to force the exhale out. We're not even focusing on the inhale at all. The focus is entirely the exhale. We will do, let's say, 15 to 20 breaths, 3 rounds, and this increases digestive fire. Go ahead and take a breath before we begin. Okay, half breath in, and begin. Count to yourself. Pause, release the breath. You might already feel some heat. If it was a little rocky getting started, that's okay. You will find your rhythm. Just remember to go gentle. Focus on the exhale only. Use the muscles in the belly to force that exhale out. We will begin with round 2. Half breath in, and then exhale 15 to 20 exhales. Relax. Rest. Notice the warmth already. If it gets too hot for you, feel free to skip this 3rd round. If you'd like to just rest here, that's fine too. And we will begin with our 3rd round. Half breath in. 15 to 20 exhales. Relax, releasing the hand if you still had it on your belly. Go ahead and bring your fists together to create this mudra, the Adhomukha mudra. If you need to open your eyes to look again, that's okay too. Bring your fists together, dangle your fingers down, bring your fists together in front of your belly button. Connect your thumbs, the pads of your thumbs, leaving your fingers dangling. The tops of your hands facing up, and we anchor our thumbs to the top of the belly button. Now, again, if you're on your menstrual cycle, please pull the mudra up to the heart, anchoring the thumbs on the sternum. Remember, with our mudra, all of these connections are no more than the weight of a nickel. So be mindful of that. Notice sometimes during meditation, we can kind of fall into our mudra. So use this practice to bring your attention back, to keep your attention on this practice. Rest your awareness on the mudra, holding the mudra where is available to you, either at the top of your belly button, or if you're on your cycle, then hold it at your heart, anchoring the thumbs to your sternum or to the top of your belly button. And we will sit for 5 minutes, just breathing naturally. And gently resting your awareness on this mudra. If the mudra itself is too big to rest your awareness on, pick a single point. I like the connection point between the thumbs and the sternum or the belly button, or the area where the knuckles connect. Pick any point that works for you. You can choose the inside of one of your hands or both of your hands. You can choose any point on this mudra that draws your attention. And each time your mind runs off with itself, worrying about tomorrow or yesterday or something that doesn't have anything to do with right now, you gently bring them back. We gently bring them back with love and compassion, not with frustration and shame and guilt and blame, blah, 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 blah. We come back to our mudra. Just relax breath. Allowing the mudra to do its work on its own. There is nothing else that you need to do. My sweet little human being, always trying to be a human doing. Bringing your awareness back again and again to the mudra. Remember, the most important part of meditation is your intention and your attention. Our intention is to simply be present with this mudra. And we bring our attention back to that part of the practice again and again, with love, with grace, with patience. We'll hold the mudra for 2 more minutes. Honor where you are in this moment. If at any point the mudra, holding the mudra, becomes too heavy on your arms or shoulders or back or anywhere else, feel free to release this mudra. You can always come back to it, but we meet ourselves where we're at with love and patience, acceptance and compassion. We are not in the business of creating a battle within ourselves. This is the foundation of self-love, self-care. Meeting yourself where you're at in the moment with love and compassion, patience and acceptance. Allow everything else to fall away, but this moment here with yourself. You may stay here as long as you would like. Remember, if using this mudra as a therapy for chronic, terminal, such autoimmune, such things, it is recommended to hold it for a minimum of 20 minutes. So if you're going that far, you've already got 5 down. 20 to 45 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. If you feel complete, I invite you to release the mudra and bring your hands together into prayer, or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for these powerful tools and for the ability to activate our body's self-healing properties. Offer a little gratitude for the opportunity to express self-love, to practice self-care. And offer yourself a little gratitude for showing up for it today. I'm so proud of you. And thank you, of course, for joining me. When you feel complete, come out of meditation slowly. Offer yourself some wiggles, some stretches. Only opening your eyes if you're really, really, really ready to come back. So for those of you who are like me and tend to be very cold, very chilled, this is a really, both of those pieces actually, the Kapalabhati and this mudra, are extremely powerful for increasing heat. If you were not here for the beginning of our, holy cow, that was like planking. It's so good, the way that it increases power the way that it increases heat, the way that it opens the Manipura, opens the solar plexus, so that we may more freely and authentically express our will, so that we can activate the body's self-healing properties. So much of the body's self-healing property comes from this chakra. Why? Why is that? What is it about this area, right? Your internal organs, your digestive system, regularly heals itself when it is given the opportunity to do so. This is why we recommend not eating 3 hours before bed, because it empties the digestive system so that the digestive system can then heal itself. The parts of our body that process our toxins, process the stuff that we no longer need, right? The part of our body that's processing the bullshit that we don't need has to have time to heal so that it can keep processing all of that bullshit. Otherwise, what happens is it builds up and builds up and builds up, and we deal with major digestive issues, not just digestive issues, but issues all over the body because of an imbalance in our digestion. Think of it, same thing with nutrition and nutrients, right? Making sure we're giving our body, our digestive system, the tools to give the fuel to give to the rest of our body so that our body can function as a healthy meat suit. I was like, what is this thing? It's a meat suit. So, if you want to, I deal with my own chronic conditions. And I have been working to change the way that I eat so that I can heal those chronic conditions. Has it afforded me a degree of healing just by changing the way that I eat? Abso-fucking-lutely. But it's not the only way. And it's not the only angle that we need to start coming at it from, right? There are so many ways that we cultivate our garden. It's not just one thing we do to make sure our soil's taken care of, to make sure our plants are watered, to make sure our seeds are planted at the right depth, all that kind of stuff. There are all these different pieces to cultivating a healthy garden. Consider the same. This is my temple. This is my garden. What I water grows. So am I going to water my body's self-healing properties? Am I going to take care of the systems within me that afford me healing, that afford me physical peace, right? And mental as well. I'm sure you guys have heard that, like, you know, our gut bacteria basically controls the brain kind of deal, right? And we know when we're pulled away by cravings, the way the gut can control the body and the brain. We know when we have anxiety, right? The way that the gut responds, like, huh! These are all interconnected. If anxiety manifests a discomfort in my gut, then if I treat my gut, I can treat my anxiety. This is a check engine light, and also like a hey, look, this is how you deal with the thing. Just like when we're angry or sad, our breath changes, our breathing patterns change. So if we change our breathing patterns, we can change our emotional state. So it works both ways. Remember that next time you feel anxiety. Remember that next time you feel fear. Remember that next time you feel sad. That the places that you feel that thing in are an indicator of the route through which we heal. There is never a problem that does not have a gift without a gift in its hands. There is not a problem that does not have a gift. When we are raised with this idea that all of our answers are outside of ourselves, that all of the knowledge available is somewhere out there that I got to go get it. And the only methods of healing or treating what's happening inside of me is also out there. In fact, I have to go to somebody who does not live in this body, potentially somebody I just met and spent 15, 20 minutes with, and they're going to tell me what's happening inside of this body. When we're taught that our happiness is outside of ourselves, we've got to go get it. We've got to chase our dreams because they are also outside of ourselves. We've got to find our love because somehow that also exists outside of ourselves. We've got to take and keep our own sense of security. We've got to build our own sense of security outside of ourselves, right? Right? This is the message we've always been given. All of those things, everything that we want and everything that we need is outside of ourselves. What a profound misdirection. Because I can never find love outside of myself. Hey, Byron. If I do not know what it feels like within me. And if I hang my happiness on somebody else's door, then is it really even mine? Then they have the ability to control my happiness, right? My locus of control is outside of myself when I believe that the only way for me to learn something new is to find it from someone else. The only way to heal myself is to receive it from someone else. The only way to my enlightenment or my wisdom is to derive it from another person. Yet this is not actually the way that the universe works. Nothing is outside of ourselves. Everything is in here. And all of that is a reflection of what is in here. This was a concept that has taken me my entire life to understand, and I still argue with it. Because there's a difference between knowing something, having the information about something, and experiencing it and understanding it from an experiential level. So if the everything outside of me is a reflection, I am a co-creator of my universe, I manifest the things that are all around me, if that doesn't sit well with you, that's okay. Let it ping around for a while. Because when we put those seeds within our heads, within our hearts, we at least give them the opportunity to be cultivated. Kind of like that whole thing, you can't unlearn something, you can't unhear, unsee something, right? Do yourself a favor. Give yourself the gift of this little tidbit of understanding. That everything that I experience ultimately happens within me. And everything that I perceive is ultimately seen through the lens of that experience. So yes, I may be seeing a portion, a version of reality, but one, it's not the only one. And two, it's extremely limited by way of me being an extremely limited soul in a meat bag, right? I'm stuck in this very finite sense of creation. My eyes can only see that much of color, right? Of reality. My ears can only hear this small portion. This guy right here can hear better than I can. He hears more things. He perceives things that I never will. Ever. So I trust his perspective because it is different than mine and therefore has value to me because it is one I will never experience unless I listen to him, unless I receive it from him. And we can do that with each other, right? We do that with each other. When we approach each other with curiosity and willingness. Hey, Clay. Well, again, what a gift. What a gift that she gave you. That awareness of your chakra system. The feeling of being aligned within your chakras so that you can now feel when you are unaligned. That's really powerful. Many, 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 many people I talk to do not know the state of their chakras. If you were to go out and ask people on the street. So what a gift. I'm sorry for the loss. And I'm grateful she gave you such a beautiful gift. My mother also, my mother gave me the gift of energy work. I was very young when she gave it to me, and she is still around, but I don't get to speak to her, so I understand the feeling of having somebody that gave you something so powerful and magical, then to not be able to share that with them, to feel that energy. But again, that gift, when someone gives us a gift, the only reason, the only way that it stays with us is if we integrate it inside of ourselves, if we bring it into ourselves, if we willingly integrate that thing, that gift. It was so much easier with her here. Of course. And now the gift is learning how to continue carrying on what she taught, right? What a beautiful way to honor her. It's to learn and then to pass it on to someone else, maybe, Energy work is a powerful, powerful, powerful gift. It is one that I wish that I could package up and hand out. I wish that I could airdrop this one to you guys. Because, again, we live in a culture that says everything you need is outside of yourself. Now go get it. Spend your whole life chasing it down. The carrot, the proverbial carrot that's always out here. But never really satisfies your hunger, does it? Because you never quite get it. You just get snippets of it. And then you finally catch the carrot, only to find out the carrot's not even real. Sorry, my brain takes analogies too far, and there's a whole conversation about that going on up there now. If you knew how to heal, balance, align, ground, how to relieve tension, fear, anxiety, how to realign ourselves out of dis-ease. Of course you'd use it. Right? Of course you'd use it. If you knew that you could sit on the bus on your way to work and go like this, and you could feel, and you'd feel better about your presentation, right? I think one that has been in the media a lot recently, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this mudra as a power mudra. I also find it really interesting that a very powerful, not interesting because I understand why, but in our Western culture, I find it funny because this is called the yoni mudra. If you don't know what a yoni is, it's on your it's on female pelvic floors. Oh gosh, now I don't want to get into a whole nother level of, okay, sorry TikTok. It's called the yoni mudra. And it is a powerful mudra of presence. It is a powerful mudra of authority. It is centering, grounding. This is something that you're going to see big name people in the news sitting in a discussion with somebody, right, on a talk show. They're going to be holding their hands like this or similar. You can see mudras out there in the world. Why? Because they're that fucking effective. They are that powerful. When I am having an anxiety attack, one of my favorite mudras to use is called the Hamsi mudra. The Hamsi mudra is a mudra just that cultivates a sense of joy. We've done it. We'll do it again another week, but we did it last year, a couple of months ago, and it's just like this. You just do a little circle, okay, and then go like this. This is the Hamsi mudra. It cultivates a sense of joy, a sense of lightness in the spirit, in the mind, in the heart. And I can tell you, it is so fucking effective that I will be standing in the grocery store and have that PTSD. Hi. Hello, out of nowhere. Thank you for interrupting my shopping trip. I was just about to go up to the checkout and check out, but now I saw the person that I recognized, and I don't know if they're going to recognize me, and now all of a sudden I'm sweating like a... And I walk myself up to the checkout, and I'm able to smile and have the conversation with this person who I sort of know, but not really. Because as I did this, wiggled my body along with my hand. As I did this, my body followed along, which released the tension that was occurring right here in my gut. You see how easy and quick that was? Is it always that easy and quick? No. No, the monsters within, right? Our inner demons, our pre-programming, our triggers can be really, really, really strong. Really powerful. And this is why we practice in little moments every day, little bits every day, because that is how we wear those motherfuckers down. That is how we put ourselves back in the captain's seat. Sometimes our monsters, our demons, have to be peeled away, layer by layer by layer by layer by layer, until they become a thin wafer of a thing, and we can just go, get out of here, anxiety. But we don't get there unless we start here. You're doing the Hamsi mudra now. That's how powerful these things are. Well, if it was so powerful, how come we don't know about it? How come the Western medicine, whatever, doesn't use mudras to cure people? I think you can answer those questions. I think you could find answers to those questions without me saying them. It's because they're that powerful. It's because they activate your body's self-healing properties. It's because literally the power is back in your hands, where it belongs, where it always was. The whole time you are holding all of your strength, all of your power, all of your authenticity, all of your love and beauty and fucking magnificence and you've been told your whole life that it's somewhere outside of you. Where is it? Where is that stuff that I need? If I could only find it. So take your mudra. Let's see. Which mudra can I show how to do the mudra? Night. There's a couple of mudras we just did. So our mudra for this week is called the Adhomukha mudra and is done like so. Bring your fists together, drop your fingers down, and bring the pads of your thumbs together. Then you anchor this to the top of your belly button, or if you're on your cycle, you bring this up to your heart. This is called the Adhomukha mudra. This one activates the body's digestive fire, initiates the body's self-healing properties. This one is particularly used for chronic terminal conditions, autoimmune such things and whatnot. Educational purposes only, educational purposes only, educational purposes only. Because I can't say these things without saying to you, it's just because we're talking about it. See, I have to dismiss it. They want me to dismiss it, or they ban me. You can't be telling these things to people. So, that's the Adhomukha mudra, okay? And again, top of your belly button, anchor it there, or up here in your heart if you are on your cycle. The Hamsi mudra is simply done by creating an O with your fingers and extending your pointer finger. And shaking it. That's it. Most mudras have a specific position, as we just did with the Adhomukha mudra. It's supposed to be held here, and then the contradiction, we hold it up here, right? Gyan mudra, we hold here in our lap. This mudra has no anchor. This mudra exists wherever the heck you need it, whenever the heck you need it. I think one of my favorite things to do in public is my mudras, right? Is walking up to somebody or something, or having to, I have PTSD. I can't even tell you guys, I have PTSD. It's so real. But I am not on chemicals. I am not taking chemicals to treat it. I am not in intensive therapies outside of myself. It is not costing me tons of money to treat it. It is not, I'm not compartmentalizing my treatment into the doctor's office only. My treatment for it happens in every moment of every single day. Why? Because PTSD exists with me in every moment of every single day. So unless I treat it like my friend, like my partner, then I am making an enemy of the thing that stands right here with me all day long, every day. It is just right here over my shoulder. And if every time it speaks up, because what is it there to do? I do treat it daily with the help of dog. Dog, yes, dog does help me treat it daily, Nikki. Sometimes he gives me a little anxiety too, but that's okay. He's a good boy. It's okay. If every time PTSD pipes up, because its job is to keep me safe. Its job is not to attack me. Its job is not to ruin my good time. Its job is not to make me, sweat like a frickin' stuck pig or anything like that. It is there to say, are we safe? Are we safe? I just want to make sure we're safe. I don't want that to happen again. Yes, we're safe? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you like really sure? Are you like sure or kind of sure, right? Sure, unsure. 90s kid, sorry. Unless I treat PTSD with a level of acceptance, with a level of respect, with a level of love, that I would treat somebody who is really just looking out for my best interests. shadowing me, following me like a helicopter parent, saying, "Are you okay? I'm just here to keep you safe." But if I create a battle with this part of myself, and every single time that it pipes up and says, "Are we safe?" I go, "Shut the fuck up! Why? Why are you disrupting my good time? I'm trying to enjoy my conversation here. Can you please stop? I'm trying to go grocery shopping. I'm trying to go out to have a meal with my kid. Why? Why now?" But I've done that. I've spent years doing that. I've spent years arguing with that, trying to beat it out of me, right? Trying to cut it off, trying to amputate, silence it. That was duct tape. All I did was create more tension. All I did was create more friction. All I did was create an enemy of myself. All I did was create a battle that I fight every single day. I do not want to live my life in war. I don't want to live my life in battle. I don't want to live my life afraid of, angry at, resentful of myself. For all the times that you have felt left alone, for all the times that you have felt unseen, unheard, and unloved, for all of the times that you have felt small, for all of the times that you have felt forgotten, if for nothing else, then for all of those times, I implore you to show up for yourself in a different way. You already know what it feels like to feel those things. Don't perpetuate them upon yourself. TikTok is asking me to verify that I'm still in my live. So, again, because of issues like this, guys, we are cultivating a Discord channel. So I will still be live and I will still post content to all the platforms, but we've got a Discord channel now. You can find the link in my bio on the Patreon page, or if you've got a pen and paper, it's bit.ly, it's a bit.ly link /CAYA tribe, bit.ly/capital CAYA lowercase TRIBE. Get on over there. We have our CAYA Sangha, which is our area for our mindfulness community members. Then we have around that temple, we have now created what's called the CAYA Courtyard. This is our CAYA community space. CAYA, if you're like, what the hell are you talking about? CAYA stands for Come As You Are, CAYA, because if you're learning to show up for yourself, like we're talking about, if you're learning to let go of the part of yourself that wants to fight with you, if you're trying to peel away the layers of self-hate and fear, and if you're doing any of this work, you know that it's not always pretty. You know that it can be like walking on eggshells around other people sometimes. If you're learning to uncover your authenticity, it's imperative that you have a safe space to show up like that. If you're going to practice being your authentic self, you have to have a space to go be your authentic self, my friend. So we've created a free community space there, okay? There is a free CAYA Courtyard. Within it, we have a courtyard chat. We are building our Bliss Bazaar so we can have a little marketplace for folks. We have live events in the chat through here. We have a 24/7 dance hall, which I just created the other day. And we had last week, right? Last Friday. And we had a dance session on Friday night. If you want to come in and enjoy something like that with a community of like-minded people who are learning to be authentic, who are learning to love themselves and show up for themselves exactly as they are in the moment, even if it's fucking awkward, even if it looks ugly, even if it's messy, even if it's really, really scary. If you're going to have the courage to face these fears, then do it around people who have the courage to hold space for you. If you have the courage to show up authentically, then do it around people who have the courage to hold space for you. Don't do it around, stop doing it around the people who are pushing you down and telling you to stop and dimming your light, right? Sure, yes, eventually be authentic everywhere you are. But when it's our first time stepping onto that stage of authenticity, it's awkward. You might sweat. You might get stage fright. You might shiver. You might clench up and be like, oh, fuck this, and run. So, find a space with soft edges. So when you try to run off stage and you hit the wall and look like a fool, we can all laugh together and tell you how much we love that you are so raw and vulnerable. And I can't believe you just ran to that wall. I have so done that a million times. I love you and I see you. One of the most powerful things that we can receive is to be seen, is to bear witness. So, come join us in the CAYA community. I've got multiple videos here on my content, in my content on TikTok. I think I've got a couple, thank you friend, on YouTube as well. I've got the new schedule posted. The link is available if you click on my bio, so you can go to the Patreon. You can select a membership. So here's how it works, guys. There are multiple levels of membership, okay? You can get into the CAYA Community Courtyard for free, okay? But to get into the group coaching sessions, to get into the deep dive practice sessions, to get into the astrology sessions, you're going to have to choose a membership. Now, I give away so stinking much for free, and that's really just because I really, really, really love to share, right? I'm sitting here sharing with you guys these things because they are so powerful. And because I'm taking it as a compliment. I'm taking it as a compliment that social media is shutting me down. That means I'm telling you something that's important. That means, right? Listen to the people who are getting hushed by social media for no good apparent reason. So, that's why we are taking this show, mostly, the rest of it, off social media. So over there on Discord, we can have the deeper discussions. I can tell you plainly what these mudras do and why and how. Different levels of membership are available on the Patreon. They are also available through the Discord. Those different levels of membership, I created multiple. So you can decide how deep you want to dive in mindfulness, energy work, coaching, private class sessions, one-on-ones. I do all of that kind of stuff. Again, I'm a reverend. I also do event services and things like that. Let me know if you are interested in those. You can always reach out. The best place to do that, though, and to find everything CAYA is on the Discord. You can either go to the bit.ly link, bit.ly/CAYA tribe, or you can go to the Patreon in my bio. Remember that if you purchase a membership, you open more doors. The more the higher the membership level, the more that's accessible to you within the Sangha. All of that is explained over on Patreon. If you have any questions about working directly with me, let me know. You can either send me a message here. Best place to talk to me is over on the Discord. Come join us for our Friday night ecstatic dance session, our dance hall, right? You can, well, I mean, you can dance in there anytime, right? Come ask questions about the mudras. Come tell me what the hell is going on with you this week. And you're like, please give me a mudra for my constipation. The Apana mudra. I'm pregnant. Can I do this mudra? No, but you can do this one. Okay? Come into the Sangha so we can do that. I can't talk to you guys about it here or here because I have to say for educational purposes only. Because it's that fucking powerful. So, hurry, run, go. If you have not followed me on all the channels, you can find all of those channels in the Discord, and then you can click and go follow me on all of those. I am on YouTube, Kick, Twitch. I have now reopened Facebook, Instagram. I am going to plaster the crap out of the internet with this content. However, the only place that we're really going to interact with this content is going to be on Discord. That is so we can be honest and transparent and open with how powerful this mindfulness stuff really, really is. And we can have a safe container to do that in. So, all of that said, I feel like there was maybe one more thing in there. Today is Wednesday. That means CAYA Sangha members, my Sangha scholars and above, get access to the CAYA group coaching. So we have twice-weekly group coaching. Tonight is our Wednesday night session. It's going to be at 4:30 Pacific time for an hour. So we will go through the Discord. Okay? I think we're going to move all of our stuff over to the Discord, all over there. Maybe we'll use Zoom. I'm going to play with it for a little bit. I appreciate the understanding as I switch platforms and cultivate the kind of space that we can all use, that's a safe container. That aligns with this long-term big vision I have for this space. And I'm going to tell you guys another time about this huge vision that I have for this space because it's really, really, really important to me. And honestly, it's like the coup de grace. This is my capstone project, right? My life's work capstone, in part, is creating this platform. Another part is creating a certification course to teach you guys to do what I do. I have spent more than 20 years in education and professional work in the human development and wellness field. I have gone from everything from being a birth doula to a death midwife and so many things in between, all with the intention of figuring out why we human the way that we do, what makes us tick, and how do I realign? How do I align myself with my highest purpose? How do I align myself with this energy that I can viscerally feel moving through me? And if it's moving through me like that, then wait a minute, can I affect it, change it, move it, manipulate it? I can. So can you. And this, the reason they're lagging it, right? The reason they're hiding it, because it is so powerful. Think about that. These simple little mindfulness practices are so powerful. They don't want you to hear about it. They don't want me to talk about it. They don't want me to sell the workshop that I made of conscious partner breathing, right? So that we can learn to literally breathe with each other, to connect on a divine level. They don't want me talking about it. So, come get the good shit. Come get the good shit on the Discord. Okay, I love you guys so much. It is after 11:11, so I am going to go ahead and wrap up here. Again, we are trying to shift everybody and everything over to the Discord. TikTok takes way too much money out of this, so if you guys are subscribers here, you can either let them go or you can leave them as just a tip jar, and I spread the love to other creators and whatnot like that. But memberships to the Discord, memberships on the Patreon, those are all coming directly to me so that I can make sure to manage this, so that I can get paid for this awesome stuff that I do, and so that I can keep giving you guys, teaching you guys all of the things that I have. I have spent so many years filling this toolbox, and now it's time it's like a treasure box, and I'm opening up the treasure box going, what the fuck do you want? what do you want out of my treasure box, right? You want those gems? You want that gold? You want that whatever, precious metals? Take it. Take it. I've cultivated this shit for years. I've collected this shit for years. And this treasure chest is bottomless. So here it is. It's yours. Here it is. It's yours. Here you go. Here you go. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Eva. I appreciate you guys too so much. Like I've said before, I have experienced a lot like this now, so much in my life, trying to share this stuff, trying to teach this stuff, trying to talk about this stuff, when I was learning this stuff, trying to share with people about this stuff. And it was as if the universe was just like, it was as if the universe was like, shh, don't tell everybody about it. I used to think it was the universe. Turns out it was just the powers that be. Turns out it was just that fucking powerful. So, I love you guys. I'm going to go have some breakfast. I'm going to go hang out with my kid. And I guess I should give this dog some loves. Yeah? Okay. I will see you on the Discord. I will see you in group coaching. Please make sure when you join the Discord to go through the start here. Please make sure that you do read through the rules, read through the code of conduct. It's important, if we are cultivating a safe space, that we all agree to that safe space. I don't have a ton of rules. We're not censoring anything like that, stuff going on here in the Sangha, but we are practicing a level of self-responsibility that allows us to show up with curiosity and willingness, that allows us to set aside judgment and bias with the understanding that each of us has value. And that for me to truly understand the full scope of reality, I have to accept, not just accept, that your perspective is also valid. But I have to know and understand and then be curious about your perspective so that I can see the whole just a little bit better. Okay. I'll see you on Discord. If you have any questions about getting there, just send me a message on any of the platforms. I can send you a link and you can just click, make it easy. Okay. Love you. And I'll see you on the Discord. Let me go turn off all the things.